being independent also means, asking questions, asking why. When your parents, your friends, your workmates, whoever it is, suggests something to you, just ask why. And is it right? Is that the right thing for you? What are their motivations, etc.? Because it's like the questioning mind is a free mind. And a free mind is an independent mind. Hey, good morning. Morning walk episode 66. Coming to you from the frontier today because that there is Spain. This is France. Let's go for a walk and I'll tell you what it's all about. It ain't easy. Hard to catch your breath, isn't it? This morning, out trail running on a trail which is called the GR10. And in France, you've got all of these long distance hiking trails. The GR, the Grande Randonnée, the big walk. The GR10 is a pretty famous one. Actually runs all the way from the Atlantic, which you can sort of see there in the background, all the way across the Pyrenees Mountains, across the southern border of France, northern border of Spain, and eventually it ends at the Mediterranean on the east coast. So it's an absolutely spectacular long distance walkway. And since I've been trail running for a few years, and I'm on holidays down here in the south, I thought it might be worthwhile to come and check out some of these trails, what they're all about. And so far, I tell you what, rewarded, huh? Let's push on. Here's a little bit of a good place to explain some of the trail markers because the trail is very well marked. Here, obviously you can see cross means no, don't go that way. But over here's more interesting. This is what we're following. This red line here means you're on a GR route. If that was yellow, it's like a regional walk. The one beside it obviously indicates the direction you're supposed to go. And basically if you see two lines like this together, it means that you're heading in the right direction. So the track is really well marked, which is fantastic. Well, this is actually the high point of the run today. Zodogenia. And there you've got like the Triple Crown mountain down in the northern part of Spain. Down here we've got like the twin towns of Irun on the Spanish side, Honday on the other side of the river, on the French side. And possibly most spectacular, and where I'm going to be tomorrow, that there is the silhouette of La Rune, or La Run, which is the highest point in the Basque country, 900 meters over sea level. Here I'm at about 450, so that thing is like twice as high. And I have run that in the past. Very punishing on the legs. That's tomorrow's mission. For now, I should just enjoy this view a bit, shouldn't I? And so should you, because you're here too. Oh, this is awesome. This is what trail running is all about. A little bit of bad news. Unfortunately, while we were chatting, or actually while I was still chatting on the phone, because a call came in from Australia for work that I had to take, and missed the trail marker. So we're kind of like lost. Kind of lost. I mean, it's It's nice if you get lost with that kind of scenery, isn't it? I'll take that. Fortunately these days with iPhones, Strava, Google Maps, and the photograph of an actual topographical map that I took before we headed out, know exactly where we are. We can get where we need to go on this trail. Just shows when you're out in the bush, can't let your guard down for a minute. Quite a few big hills to get up after getting lost. This part of the world, southwest of France, northeast of Spain, or north of Spain, is fiercely independent. It's the Basque country. It's basically like traditionally had its own country, really, and it's got its own language, very distinct culture, very distinct look, food. It's actually been a point of conflict between the Basque and Spanish authorities and French authorities for many years. It's like high incidence of terrorist attacks here as the Basques basically fought for their independence. And you can see why. It's like one of those unique places that's kind of nestled between the mountains and the sea. And people are very protective of that. Very protective of their language and culture. And I think that's something important, right? Being independent and making sure you fight for your independence, because ultimately, as long as you can make your own choices, you know, you're kind of free. Sometimes those choices, or you know, the options that you have to choose between are kind of shitty, but you're still better off to be free to make that choice, right? So I really believe that being independent is a really critical thing. There's a famous Thoreau quote, which is, there are two things you should try to give your children. One is roots and the other is wings. And so much truth in that, right? You know, we really want to give people the freedom and flexibility to fly and do their own thing, blaze their own trail. But you can only do that if you develop a spirit of independence. How to do that? Well, I think it's like many things, right? It's just about constantly pushing your comfort zone just a little bit. So on this hike, for example, I could have just chosen to do a shorter one today. Instead, what I've done is pushed it out a little bit further, and it's that extra little bit that you put in every time, the little bit that you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, whether it's on physical activity, learning something, learning a language, learning piano, cooking, it could be anything, going out and making new friends. It's always that moment where you push a little bit, just a little bit beyond your comfort zone, that you actually start to expand it. And expanding that comfort zone makes you freer, it makes you more independent. So never be bound by society. Only be bound by your own values, your own path, your own ideas. Anyway, whatever you're getting up to today, I hope it's a lovely, awesome one. And I'll see you next time on the morning walk, where we're going to be taking on Laroon, that bad boy over there. Have an awesome day. See you later.